When someone messages you and says, hey, I have a brass band, you say, yeah. You might not be surprised by this, but we have a great show tonight. Samm Levine is here from Freaks and Geeks and Glorious Bastards. Everything. We also have the music of the Isaac Keneth Band. Yeah. And we have a great title sponsor, Branson, Missouri. Check out this video. For today's challenge, I'm in the soda aisle here in Dick's 5 and 10, where they have a variety of sodas that some are really great, some have surprising flavors. So I grabbed some eye patches from aisle 2, put them on my eyes so I can't see what I'm about to taste. Kathy here is gonna hand them to me, and I'm gonna try to guess what they are. Is that birthday cake? Cotton candy?
No.
Apple pie.
Apple pie.
Wow, that tasted just like it. Another delicious one. The carpet vomit.
No, no.
Hot dog water. That's a sock that's been left in the compost pile. What is it?
Bacon soda.
Bacon has its limitations. Take it from me, the double pirate. No! No! That's like the side of a trout. Rotten deer tongue. What is it?
This is pickle flavored.
Oh, there's an aftertaste. Like the towels have been in the washing machine too long. Sweaty chiropractor.
Pimple pop.
Pimple pop. That's accurate. I don't think I won. There you go. Gross. Gross. Hey, I got my sidekick over here. Mo, have you ever...
Hey! How's it going?
Mo, are you someone when someone says, hey, this is gross, try this. Will you try it?
Oh, absolutely 100%.
That's the kind of girl she is, Mo Holloman. Let's do things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Things I've noticed. That's too high. Oh. I've noticed that friendliness often is confused with flirting, much like my blank stares are often confused with wanting to talk to people. I've noticed that when I place my crying kid on a baby changing station, he still cries. I've noticed that training for a marathon is a lot like going to the moon. I won't do either of them. I've noticed that a toddler wouldn't trust a bite of real food from your hand, but they'll eat that thing that's behind the couch for the month. I didn't say the right words. I've noticed that FaceTime is really a cool feature until you're sitting on the toilet and accidentally conference call your coworkers. And finally, I've noticed that a group of puppies should be called an aw. That's things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I have definitely noticed a lot of people going to Iceland. Iceland seems like very popular now, right? And I found this video, and I think it kind of explains why. This is really interesting. Check it out.
At Instagram, we're all about finding the beauty in the world and allowing our users to capture that beauty to share with their friends. And in 2014, we realized literally all the beauty in the world had already been photographed.
So we decided to fix that by building an island from scratch. An island just for photographing. An island just for Instagram. An island we would call Iceland. Building an island is ambitious. We knew we had to be bold. So we settled on the aesthetic of Lord of the Rings had a baby with a screensaver.
That means waterfalls, glaciers, black sand beaches, puffins.
Oh yeah, puffins? We made that up.
Hello, my name is Dagbar Smarson. I'm in charge of maintaining the attractions on the island with my intern, Beast. I rescued him from a fjord when he was a baby. If they never know what goes on behind the scenes, that's fine. As long as they have joy, or give the impression of joy, I'm happy.
We thought of every detail, down to each carefully crafted town name.
We ensured that you actually can't take a bad photo in Iceland. We pre-filtered the entire island. It's already filtered, you don't even have to add it. It's Clarendon. Except for the West Coast, that's lo-fi.
The entire island is funded by hot dogs. We sell them for $20. Americans love hot dogs. Beast.
The Iceland project has been a huge success, both in terms of numbers and in terms of likes. Some people say Iceland doesn't look real, but here at Instagram, real life is not something we've ever been too concerned with.
Or as the old Icelandic saying goes, Bjorga de snurt, de slabber de blip. Bjorga de blip, de slagger de bop.
When you post a selfie from Iceland, you're saying, this is a glacier. This is my face. I am better than you. And our users love that.
That's great. So, like, where did you grow up?
Portland. I'm Ryan from Portland. His name is Beast, though. There you go. Hey, we'll be right back with Samm Levine.
That comedy bit brought to you by Bush Ramlow & Shore CPAs.
Set design and construction brought to you by Elamus, Digital Quill Studio, and Skinny Theatrical Design and Fabrication.
Closed captioning for the Mystery Hour provided by Paragon Architecture. Big Whiskey's is the official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour. Guest booking provided by Gig Salad.
All right, welcome back. We have a great guest tonight. We also have a great guest sponsor. History Museum on the Square. They took all your stuff from your garage sale. It's a real place. The tagline's not real, but it's great. They don't watch. Our guest tonight is one of those ubiquitous guys everyone knows. He's been in Freaks and Geeks, Inglourious Bastards, all kinds of great things. Please put your hands together for Samm Levine. Samm.
Springfield, you guys are too kind.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, my pleasure. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the thing about you, Samm.
What's that, Jeff?
I don't know if you've gotten this feedback. In your hilarity, you have this like old school flavor to you. Does that make sense?
It does. It's because I'm 68 years old. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that clip. I'm actually 50 years old that you just showed.
In that clip from 2001 or whatever.
Yeah, that's from 1999.
1999.
Can you believe that is a 20-year-old clip?
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel. I don't know. The problem is I got started so young, relatively, that like it's weird now to think like, oh, that's 20 years old. Wait, what?
Right.
Yeah, that's a long time for dogs.
Many dogs have passed away in that time.
Oh, I didn't say what. What's the matter with you?
He's turned on me.
No, I'm saying it's bizarre to me. I still think of myself. With the exception of the early part of the morning when I first wake up, I think of myself as a young man.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Right, because the first 10 minutes of the day, I feel like I'm 165 years old.
Yes.
But after that, I'm like, no, I'm a young guy. I go out running or whatever, and then I'll see something. I'm like, that was so long ago.
And it starts all over again.
Oh, I've wasted my life.
So tell me, What's interesting about you is you did start so young, and you have these like iconic things you've done, and then, but there's all these intervening years where you've been doing all these other things.
Yes.
And I think it's fascinating to me about an actor is that we know people for certain things, where there's certain points in their lives.
Right.
And they're doing all this other work in between. Like you do tons of guest spots and stuff, right?
I do. If there's a show that you've liked on TV in the last 15 years, I can almost guarantee I was on at least one episode of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, Inglourious Bastards, everyone from Springfield, we're all very proud that Brad Pitt's hometown.
Oh, you guys call him Brad? I just call him William. It's his real name. No, I don't call him William Bradley Pitt. I call him Brad, Your Highness.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're doing Inglourious Bastards, and you get to work with Brad Pitt and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Who's, I understand, a hero of yours.
Oh, absolutely. Both of them, both Brad and... When I found out I was going to do the movie with Quentin, I was like, this is amazing. And then I went, and Brad Pitt is attached to it as well. Well, I didn't need anything to sweeten this deal, but it just got a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we all know, of course, the finished product of it.
Yeah.
What's it... You guys, I mean, that one is outside your... It's...
Oh, no, that was next level, like, dream job for me.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Quentin was someone I had always admired, always looked up to, always had hoped to work with, and I'd gotten to know him this much before that job happened.
Yeah.
But this much was just enough to get my foot in the door with him when it counted, which was wonderful. Actually, here's an interesting story that happened between me and Quentin and Brad. So when we're shooting the movie, there were some sequences that had a lot of downtime in between takes. And so we're all sitting around me and Quentin and Brad and Eli Roth, and we're all talking about various things, and we start talking about what we did for the Millennium New Year's.
Oh, okay.
And, these are all very successful people, and they're like, oh, I was in Paris in a blimp, and I was like, okay. And someone else was like, oh, I was in the Maldives and having caviar. And I was like, well, I did something that, I don't know, I mean, it took a lot out of me, but it was fun. I went to Times Square for the Millennium. I was like, if I'm going to do it once, this seems like the time to go.
Yeah.
So I'm telling the story about how I went, and everyone was like, oh, you're so stupid. What a waste. You wasted the Millennium. I'm like, I don't know. It was all right, guys, but they didn't want to hear it. And then I'm like, all right, you know what? You guys, you're being mean. Because I tell you what, someday my kids are going to say to me, Dad, you were alive for the Millennium. What did you do? And I can tell them I was at the center of the universe that night. And none of you people can say that. And then right as I say that, they were like, okay, guys, we're ready for you on set. So we got to, we go and we shoot for like another hour or whatever. And then like 2 hours later, I'm over getting a cup of coffee. And Brad walks up to me and he goes, hey, man, I didn't know you had kids. How old are they? It is at this point I should tell you, I do not now, nor have I ever had children. I meant one day when I have children, and they ask me.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to do is disappoint Brad Pitt. So in my mind, at that point, I'm like, oh, you have to lie and tell them you have children. You have to lie. You have to make up ages, names, the whole thing. And I'm like, no, it's too big. It's too big. I'll just tell them the truth. And I was like, oh, Brad, no, I don't have kids now. I just meant like one day. And he was so bummed out. He was like, oh, dude, I thought we had something in common. I thought we had something we could talk about. And I was like, Brad, there is so much that you and I have in common we can talk about. Like, isn't it a drag being so unbelievably handsome all the time? People just giving you free stuff, women wanting to talk to you. Ugh, thanks, but no thanks. We have that in common, other than the children.
We have that in common.
Yeah.
He's from Missouri. We're very literal here. The show me state, like, it's just how we are.
It still bums me out that I didn't have a fake child in that moment.
A fake child in that moment.
Yeah, I was ready to, like, start Googling stock image photos of, like, beautiful children. No, this one's mine. Don't just ignore the Shutterstock thing on front of it.
Yes.
It's fine.
But you, speaking of Missouri, you came to Missouri last year.
Yes, I'm in Missouri every year for the big slick Kansas City thing. I assume that's what you're asking me about.
Well, I was gonna, and you came here for the eclipse, is this right?
Oh, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes, no, that's definitely.
But also, I like it that you come here other times too.
I come to Missouri. I love Missouri.
That's great.
Yeah, it's the show me state. Absolutely. Yes, I was here for the eclipse last year, or I guess 2 years ago now. It was August of 2017.
2 years ago. Okay.
And that was an incredible experience.
You planned this out.
I was planning to make sure I saw that eclipse for 10 years beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was all set to go to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and watch it there. But mercifully, in the 10-year time between then and when it actually happened, I made wonderful friends with a great family who lives in St. Louis, the Odoms, who are here tonight. Yep, that's
the
them.
Odoms.
And they were kind enough to let me commandeer them in their lives.
Yeah.
And they have friends who had a house on a lake completely under the path of totality.
Yeah.
And oh, dude, that was some fun times. If you've never seen a total solar eclipse, you should give it a try. It's pretty fun.
You know what I like?
What's that?
I like it when people are like, I got nerdy interests, and I'm just leaning into them.
Oh, hell yes.
Right?
Life is way too short to pretend that you're not interested in something you're interested in.
That's a good quote. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I hesitate to ask you this, because I think it's probably one you get a lot. Yeah. But you worked with this amazing cast on Freaks and Geeks, and Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, I don't know how you sum up what that was like, but...
I mean, the thing about my time on Freaks and Geeks was when we were making the show, there was no way we thought to ourselves, well, you know, 20 years from now, people will still be talking about this like it was one of the greatest shows of all time.
Right.
Like it was just a job. We just came in and worked the job, and we loved the scripts, and we loved the cast got along very well. I loved all of our writers and producers, and it was just a really fun job that, as an actor, you learn to not get too attached to jobs like that.
Yeah.
Because, as we certainly saw, they can end rather abruptly.
Right.
So we certainly all had a wonderful time while we were working on it together, but no one would have ever thought this many years after the fact that half of that cast would be bona fide movie stars.
Right.
And, you know, and people would still be talking about the show, and it would still make every top 10 best of all time list. That's crazy.
Well, here's what I'd like to say.
Yeah.
Here's to 20 years from now, people talking about your appearance on the Mystery Hour, because we're both so big. There he is, Samm Levine. We'll be right back.
Travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort. Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. The Mystery Hour is brought to you in part by Ozarks Technical Community College. You have a dream, we have a plan. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
Hey, welcome back. We have a tremendous musical guest here for you guys tonight. Please put your hands together for the Isaac Keneth Band.
There ain't nothing wrong with spoiling your girl when it comes to the finer things in this world. So I got together with Grandma's sweet tea, packed a blanket in the back of my old Jeep, boarded up a sky full of stars. Then I grabbed my guitar, got a campfire for two, waiting down the road, with a hilltop view when the sun sings low. It's safe to say, you and me, baby, we could use a back road getaway, with all the love we want to catch up on. Sometimes it takes tuxedo waiters, champagne and candlelight, to show off your pretty black dress and set the mood just right. But we both know it's hard to beat a summer breeze whispering through the pines. The way a full moon shines, girl, I can see it in your eyes. You're feeling like a Saturday night out on the country. That's right. Fall stake our claim in paradise. Do a little George Strait serenading. Baby, I know all their favorites. A little bit laid back, old-fashioned romance. Don't have to move too fast, no. Sometimes it takes tuxedo waiters, champagne and candlelight, to show off your pretty black dress and set the mood just right. But we both know it's hard to beat a summer breeze whispering through the pines. The way full moon shines, girl, I can see it in your eyes. You're feeling like a Saturday night out on the country. I'll play it now. Girl I married, baby, you make me the luckiest man alive. We can go wherever you like, 'cause I just like your hand in mine. It's like a love at first sight every time I see you smile. Sometimes it takes tuxedo waiters, champagne and candlelight, to show off your pretty black dress, set the mood just right. We both know it's hard to beat a summer breeze whispering through the pines. The way full moon shines, girl, I can see it in your eyes. You're feeling like a Saturday night out on the country.
Come on now, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. Great job. Awesome. There they are, Isaac Keneth Band, Samm Levine. 10% of our box office proceeds tonight goes to Hearts for the Homeless. We'll see you guys next week.